I haven't been able to join the meeting on the board docs. Is that just me?
Looks like we're all on. I'm getting ready. I am starting the meeting now. We're up and running. If I could ask everyone to please rise for the pledge. Mrs. Santani, would you lead us in the pledge, please? To the flag of the United
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just FYI, Mrs. Santani, we couldn't hear you at all. Next item on the agenda is 1.3, Lafayette Parish School Board Certification pursuant to Gubernatorial Proclamation JBE 2020-30 and notice and instruction regarding live stream and public comment. I was just instructed to read that and that only. Next, Superintendent Trosclair, your opening comments.
Thank you, President Latchley. Good evening, members of the board, staff, and everyone watching from home this evening. We continue to monitor ongoing developments with the COVID-19 pandemic and collaborate with and follow guidance issued by state authorities and educational leaders. Today, Governor John Bel Edwards announced the closure of schools for the remainder of the 1920 school year. District staff hold virtual daily meetings to review and discuss next steps as we move forward with the extended school closures. District and school staffs are continuously working to provide educational resources that support at-home learning. Additionally, we are examining what our recovery plan will look like once we are allowed to reopen schools. I want to assure parents, students, and our school community that we will build an academic recovery plan aimed at closing learning gaps that may result from lost instruction. Teachers have set up Google Classrooms, providing 3 new learning activities weekly. Parents are strongly urged to have students sign on to their teachers' Google Classroom accounts and to engage in the provided learning activities. In the next week, we will also be providing paper printed materials at various schools throughout the district for those students who do not have online access. Other learning resources include our new eLearn site and Learn United. Our eLearn site, every week teachers, a new model lesson will be uploaded for each grade level in math, English, language arts, reading, science, and social studies. These lessons focus on major learning to which students have already been exposed. In partnership with AOC Community Media and sponsored by Cox Communication, United Way of Acadiana is helping to bring more educational opportunities into the homes of students through AOC's channels and digital platform. The Lafayette Parish School System, in partnership with many community groups, have collaborated to deliver quality educational program to our distance learners. Educators who have already developed content or who are willing to produce new content are encouraged to submit lessons or activities through unitedway.org/learnunited website. I want to take a moment to publicly thank our cafeteria staff who did an outstanding job of preparing and serving grab-and-go meals to students throughout our districts. These individuals worked tirelessly to feed as many children as possible. In total, they served 59,359 meals to school-aged children throughout our district. Although the LPSS grab-and-go service has ended, we are transitioning to the emergency meals to you. While we wait for the delivery of those meals, students can still receive meals through the Boys and Girls Club. 3 O'Clock Project, in partnership with Boys and Girls Clubs of Acadiana, are serving meals at various locations. We will continue to provide meal updates on our social media page and website. In closing, we encourage everyone to continue to follow health guidelines in an effort to slow the spread of the coronavirus, keep everyone healthy, and that we are able to get our students back in school as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Latchley.
Thank you, Ms. Trostler. Just a little note for our fellow board members. I'll be working 3 computer screens and trying to conduct this meeting as quickly and efficiently as possible. And y'all all know I'm a flip phone user, so please bear with me. Next, information items, 2.1, human resources, personnel changes for April 15, 2020. Ms. Thibodeau?
Good evening. We don't have any introductions tonight.
Thank you. Next is 2.2, finance. Notice of public meeting to announce intent to call for an election authorized renewal of 5.00 mills property tax. Announcement of public meeting. Notice is hereby given that its board meeting to be held on Wednesday, May 13, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. at its regular meeting place, the board room of the administration building located at 113 Chaplin Drive, Lafayette, Louisiana. The Parish School Board of the Parish of Lafayette, State of Louisiana, plans to consider adopting a resolution ordering and calling an election to be held in Consolidated School District Number 1 of Lafayette Parish of Lafayette, State of Louisiana, to authorize a renewal of an ad valorem tax therein. That was information item 2.2. And now on our consent agenda, I'll go ahead and read each item. Board members, if you'd like to pull, please say so. 3.1, discussion and or action concerning approval of architect for covered bus loading project at Karen Crow Middle. 3.2, facilities, discussion and or action concerning a budget revision for capital improvement fund, boardroom upgrade to high definition cameras, video equipment. 3.3, discussion and or action concerning budget revision for Paul Bro Middle gym floor replacement. 3.4, discussion and or action concerning approval of dedication of servitude at Lafayette High School. 3.5, discussion and or action concerning approval of bids for Alice Boucher Elementary renovations. 3.6, discussion and or action concerning the Southside High School exterior athletic areas and classroom furniture, fixtures, equipment project.
Pull that, please.
3.7, discussion and or action concerning the sales tax collection report for February 2020. 3.8, discussion and or action concerning the renewal of a lease on Section 16 land in Doosan for KRVS radio tower with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
Pull that, please.
3.9, discussion and or action concerning the grant fund summary for March 2020. 3.10, discussion and or action concerning budget to actual reports for March 2020. 3.11, discussion and or action concerning the 2019-2020 third quarter budget revisions for applicable funds. 3.12, discussion and or action concerning approval of an amendment to the lease with Pedro's LLC on Section 16 Ambassador Caffrey Ridge Road. 3.13, discussion and or action concerning the sales tax collection report for March 2020. 3.14, discussion and or action concerning approval of an amendment to the lease with Lindahl Enterprises, AC Fast Food Arby's on Section 16 Ambassador Caffrey and Ridge Road. 3.15, discussion and or action concerning approval of the utility servitude with the City of Youngsville on Section 16 Youngsville. 3.16, discussion and or action concerning Resolution 04-20-1978, final approval of not exceeding $15 million of taxable limited tax revenue refunding bonds, refunding various maturities of Series 2012 A bonds. 3.17, discussion and or action concerning Resolution 04-20-1979, final approval to issue not exceeding $65 million of taxable sales tax revenue refunding bonds, refunding various maturities of Series 2018 and 2018 A bonds. 3.18, discussion and action concerning the social worker federal programs job description. 3.19, discussion and action concerning approval of the superintendent's contract. 3.20, discussion and action concerning the minutes of March 10th, 11th, 17th, and 31st of 2020. And 321 is approval of all action consent items. All I have pulled is 3.6 and 3.8. Is that correct? Anything else to be pulled? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, give me 1 second.
Yes, sir, Dr. Chasson. Dr. Chasson asks for a minute.
In the meantime, Mr. President, do I have my volume, my microphone issue resolved?
Yes, sir, I hear you perfectly.
Thank you.
Bear with me 1 second, y'all. It's not loading up properly. I'm just trying to read one other quick thing. Just give me a second.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So the only two items pulled are 3.6 and 3.8. Get to my agenda here. 3.6, discussion and action concerning the Southside High School exterior. Yes.
You have to approve.
Do
You have to
we
approve.
vote on all the items that are?
Oh, I'm
not-
sorry. I'll entertain a motion on the items not pulled.
I'll go ahead and make a motion.
Go ahead, Ms. Morrison.
Yes, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve all items except items pulled.
I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Morrison, seconded by Dr. Aguilar. Is there any public comment via hotline? Any discussion on any of the items not pulled? The only items pulled were 3.6 and 3.8. We're going to wait a second for any calls to come in. The number is 337-521-7018.
Who made the motion?
Ms. Morrison.
And who seconded? Larry?
Larry.
Dr. Aguilar.
This is Tommy, and I'm Larry on the video on the thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm using Larry's computer,
Oh, okay.
and I'm a flip phone user too.
Thank you, Mr. Angel.
Funny.
Okay, time is up on public comment. Do we have any board member comment on any of the items not pulled before I call for the vote? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Secretary, I'll call for the vote.
Hey, Google. Turn the lamp blue. Oh, no. Hey, Google, turn the lamp pink. Hey, Google, turn the lamp orange. Hey, Google, raise the brightness of the lamp.
Dr. Chasson and Ms. LeBeau are the only two we're waiting on the vote.
I'm having problems. 1 second.
Okay.
I lost video for a while, and then I lost my internet must have shut down. Okay.
Six for, 2 against. Motion carries. Now we can move on to the items pulled. 3.16, discussion and or action concerning the Southside High School exterior athletic areas and classroom furniture, fixtures, equipment project. Mr. Centanni, you pulled this item?
I did. I just wanted a separate vote for it.
Okay, sir. I'll entertain a motion. We have a motion by Dr. Aguilar, seconded by Ms. Morrison. The recommended action is that the board approves the scope of services presented as attached in the public contents section of this agenda item regarding the project, Southside High School exterior athletic areas and classroom furniture, fixtures and equipment, and approves, including the bleachers and storage building as alternates in the related bids if the actual cost of the funded approvals come in less than their estimated cost. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? 337-521-7018 is the hotline. We have timed out on public comment. Is there any board member comment on this item? No comment? Madam Secretary, I'll call for the vote. While we're waiting on the vote, I want to publicly wish Mr. Elroy Broussard a happy birthday on this board meeting evening. And Mr. Centanni, I do like your haircut. If I'd have known I'd have let mine grow out a little longer, we could almost matched.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I know a 10-year-old little girl who will be happy to give you one.
Anytime, anytime. I think we're good. We were just waiting on Mr. Elroy's computer.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir, Mr. Angel.
50 years ago, I could have had a haircut like that too.
You know, we all starting to match. You know, there used to just be a couple of us that didn't have any hair. I mean, it looks like everybody else is joining us. Dr. Chasson, I'm scared to ask what you're doing.
Some flowers and a candle for Elroy's birthday.
4 yes, 5 no. Motion fails. Next item pulled is 3.8, discussion and/or action concerning the renewal of a lease on Section 16 land in Doosan for KRVS radio tower with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Mr. Centani?
Mr. President, request of the Finance Department that the motion be modified. Following. Move that the board approves the draft KRVS lease agreement for a plot of Section 16 property in Doosan with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette as attached to the public content section of this item, and authorizes the board president and superintendent to negotiate and execute the final lease agreement.
Thank you. We have a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Centani and a second by Ms. Morrison. I'll ask if there's any public comment. Once again, the number is 337-521-7018. There is no public comment. Is there any board member comment on this item? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, I'll call for the vote. We're waiting on you, Mr. Angel. Thank you. The motion passes, 9 yes. That concludes our consent agenda. Next, we have 4.1, discussion and/or action concerning pending litigation in the matter of John Romero et al. Versus Lafayette Parish School System et al. Docket number 201-66367, Division 1, 15th Judicial District Court. I'll entertain a motion that we go into executive session. I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Morrison, second by Mr. Elroy. I'll take a voice vote. All those in favor of going into executive session? Aye. All those opposed? We will now go into executive session. If you can go to your next link on Zoom?
Mr. President, I believe
Yes.
Ms. Mason wanted to make a little comment before we left this meeting.
Okay.
Yes, I just wanted to wish a speedy recovery to Miss Bedos at Woodvale Elementary. She announced to the whole, through our weekly newsletter that she is positive for the coronavirus, COVID-19. And so we were just thinking about her and wanted to wish her a happy recovery and get well soon.
Well, thank you, Ms. Mason, and I'm sure we all feel the same, a speedy recovery. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we can go to exit this one.
Yes, if everyone could exit this Zoom meeting, that all board members, please exit this Zoom meeting and go into your email to click on the litigation Zoom. If you are another attendee of this board meeting, we will join this meeting back after our litigation. So if you want to stay on, you can. But all board members, please exit the Zoom, go into your email, and click on the litigation Zoom.
Unmute.
Mr. Angel is on. Mr. Centani, Ms. Morrison.
Okay. Ready? Oh, okay. That's it. Okay.
We have Ms. Mason. Everybody's up.
Okay. Ready? Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we go back into our regular meeting.
I have a motion. Can I get a second? Seconded by Mr. Broussard that we go back in the regular session. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? We're back in regular session. The item up for discussion is 4.1, discussion and or action concerning pending litigation in the matter of John Romero et al. Versus Lafayette Parish School System et al. Docket number 201666367, Division 115, Judicial District Court, Lafayette Parish. Can I get a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the attorney's recommendation.
Will you second that, Mr. Broussard? We have a motion by Ms. LeBeau and a second by Mr. Broussard that we accept our attorney's advice on this litigation. That the board accepts the advice of counsel in the matter of John Romero et al. Versus Lafayette Parish School System et al. Docket number 201666367, Division 115, Judicial District Court, Lafayette Parish. Question on procedure. We do not ask for public comment on this, do we? Any board member comment? Madam Secretary, I'll call for the vote. Mark, I'm gonna need help getting back on board docs. Somebody, anybody? Got it.
I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
Dr. Chaston, we're waiting on you, sir.
All righty, sir.
Thank you. Motion carries. 9 yes, 0 no's. If there's nothing else, this will conclude our regular board meeting. We will be back with our special budget meeting at